Is it on?
No.
Right. No. Yeah. That was the joke. It's a bit. It's a bit for the start. All right. Get down.
Oh.
Okay. Let me look at everything. So, welcome to Mildura and our first Writers' Festival.
It's nice to be here.
Hi, I'm Callan,
And I'm Melissa.
and we are from the Melbourne campus of La Trobe, and we went up to Mildura for the Writers' Festival.
It was really good.
Yeah, but the ratings were kind of down on Writers' Festivals in general, so we wanted to figure out what makes it good and what makes it interesting for writers and us.
So, here we go.
So on the first night, opening night, we saw Robin Davidson, known as the, lady who crossed the desert on a camel. Don't tell her that.
I didn't have a lot of expectations going in, but she actually spoke a lot about her travels and about her experiences having traveled so much, and that was really interesting.
Yeah, she really got the brains kind of, all the cells firing. Like this whole thing about, I think kind of memoir and how as you document it, or even as you remember it, it becomes less real than the experience, kind of.
Definitely.
Also, Paul Kane waved at me.
That was pretty good.
He raised a little finger at me and
Anyway,
looked
this is my
confused.
favourite quote that she said, because as someone who studied anthropology, I found it really fascinating to actually have that point of view for someone who wasn't going in as an anthropologist.
So we're doing reactions.
Reactions! Opening night!
It was really, really good. It was amazingly good. She covered a lot. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. And I'm excited for the rest of the thing now. The festival. Walking backwards is scary.
Yeah, I know.
You also got to interview Robin a couple of days later and even share a salad.
Robin.
What to you makes, I guess, a festival like this important? What do you think is good about it?
Important or enjoyable?
Both.
Well, important, of course, is the obvious thing, that it brings literature closer to the people who gather for it, and they come across books that they may not have come across otherwise, ideas they may not have thought about before. So it's a sort of a fertilisation, I guess is how I'd put it. This one in particular, I think, is really lovely because of the atmosphere created by the people who put it together. And it's small enough so that everybody feels connected to everyone else, so it has a kind of family atmosphere, if you like, a kind of extended family, and that's very nice from a writer's point of view.
Yeah.
The next day we actually saw a couple of people. We saw Paul Kane and we saw him again, but interviewing David and Kate. I think what got me about Paul Kane was, as much as Robin got my brain all interested, I think Paul got my heart kind of all going.
Yeah, I had not woken up expecting to go to a session and tear up in front of all those people, because I had never read his writing before, but it was so intense and emotionally rich that it just took a lot out of me, actually.
Yeah, I actively cried a couple of times, just that. Do you think him reading it would take something away, but it actually added so much to the feeling of it.
What would you get out of Paul's talk?
Well, I went in and I didn't really know what to expect, but I was actually very touched and very blown away by everything he had to say. And I think both the interviewee and the interviewer connected really well, and the questions that were asked were really appropriate.
What to you makes festivals like this worth it, both for you and for an audience, and what makes it enjoyable and important?
It's the interaction between the writers and the audience, the writers themselves, and then the writers and the people who come, which is really quite dynamical. And I think that that's sort of the essence of the festival, is that it has this kind of warmth of relationship. And it isn't kind of a spectator sport the way it is in some of the big festivals in the metropolitan centers. It's much more intimate and much more transactional.
We also got to see David Malouf and Kate Kennedy, which was pretty great.
We saw them on Friday, Arvo.
They were interviewed by Kane.
They both said some interesting stuff.
I would see them both again.
David writes fiction like poetry.
and hates to be called clever,
Kate says that there's a difference.
but they still like each other. David and Kate. David and Kate. David Malouf, Kate Kennedy, fiction poetry. But actually, it really was really great and really interesting and really emotional and funny.
It was really good because I personally started out writing poetry before stories as well, as I know you did. I think maybe you wrote stories. What you maybe? So I found it really interesting because when David was saying the tone is the most important thing to start off with, because I find that when I come up with ideas for stories as well, it's generally like the vibe of the story, you know. So I found like that's kind of cathartic, I guess, to be like, yeah, I get that. I like to write with the tone and the vibe as well.
And the next day, we got to chat down with Louise Allen. Gender as a writer and as someone who goes to festivals, and I guess as a doctor and a parent.
As far as going to festivals, I haven't really noticed that there's a gender problem with that, but certainly with book reviewing.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, and the Stella count has just come out, and it's slipped a bit in 2017 that there are fewer books by female authors being reviewed again.
Out of the festival, I'm hoping that I learn some things and then I'm able to really appreciate the people behind the writing, because I don't often actually meet the authors, so you kind of read it and then you just forget, or you don't think further about why they've written it or how they've written it or how it came together.
What do you expect to get out of this festival?
I expect to get a newfound appreciation for some of these authors, particularly memoir, because I struggle to engage with that, because I'm very much into the creative side and seeing how they kind of build that. And kind of some more insights into the industry, because I kind of want to be a writer. Just have a smashing time is what I expect to have at this festival.
Smashing
time.
Sips tea.
Should make it louder, just. Smashing.